it's Jen for the Love of Iris. Welcome to another video. Today's project is this one, and it is a flameless candle that I have, well, not stamped on, but I have put an image from the Beautiful You stamp set. And I'm going to show you how to do it. See if I can turn this off and maybe you can see if I turn the light on. Yeah. And I just picked this up at my local Dollar Tree for $1. I'm sure you can get them pretty much anywhere. But this one has sort of a waxy coating on it. It is just an LED pillar candle. 120 total hours. The brand is Luminescence. Again, I said I got it from my local Dollar Tree. So, this does have, like I said, a waxy coating around it. It's not much, but if you scratch it, you can see there is just a little bit of wax. And I think that is critical because we're going to use the same technique that we would use if we were decorating a regular candle, one that you would light on fire. Fire, fire! But this is one that's flameless. So let's take this apart. We'll throw that away. And on this one, I don't know if you can see it, but you can kind of see here, I've cut out my wax paper I stamped it and then I cut it out and I adhered it. On this one, I'm going to try something different. I'm going to take an entire piece of wax paper, not wax paper at all, it's tissue paper, and heat it that way. Two reasons. One, it's going to give me a handle, and two, I can trim off the excess, and I'm hoping that it'll give me a cleaner finish. So what you'll need, obviously, since I just showed you, is tissue paper. You'll need a candle. You can use a regular candle if you want that you light on fire, but this will work. This is the flameless one. My Beautiful You stamp set. I am going to, this one I did in Sweet Sugar Plum. This next one I'm going to do in Calypso Coral. It's a color I don't use often, and I'm going to use it. Darn it. So, let me just see. If I measure, okay, so this measures just about, if I'm looking through the tissue paper at my grid mat, it measures just about 5 inches. So from this darker line here. So I just kind of want to get my guideline as to where I'm going to stamp. So I want to take the basic black archival ink, and I'm going to use the same image, the same dancing girl, because I think she's sweet. She gets the most playtime for me. And I am going to kind of center this here. And I'm going to stamp her down on my tissue paper. This is just plain old tissue paper that you would get if you were going to wrap a present, or if you were going to stuff inside of a bag from any type of store of any sort, dollar store, Walmart, anything like that. And then the sentiment I'm going to use is the live with passion, laugh out loud, and love deeply. The last one I used was life looks beautiful on you. But I thought, how about right here? Here or here? How about down here? Maybe try to balance out her foot. Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay, now, the way that I colored in her dress was, I took my Calypso Coral, and there's two images that are kind of colory looking, and I used them both. The small one I'm going to use for the bottom of her dress, and I'm going to use a part of this one for the top one. So I'm going to go ahead and ink up the entire small one in my Calypso Coral, and I'm going to stamp off because I don't want it to be too super dark on here. I want it to be just kind of light, so I've got just a scrap paper I'm going to stamp off, and then I'm going to take it from its narrow point and kind of position it that way, and then that gives it some color there. And then on this one, I'm going to use just these top three swooshes, I guess. So I'm just going to ink up just this portion here. And just by looking at the edge of my stamp pad, I'll be able to do that. So if I just ink it up like this, just by looking kind of sideways, see, I can see, then I can tell exactly what all I've inked. I don't want that. You can tell my hands are dirty. I've been crafting all day. What a fun day. Okay, and again, I'm going to stamp off because I don't want it to be full strength. And then I'm going to take this and kind of angle it in the same direction as the swooshes underneath her hair. And that gives me color to the top of her dress. Okay, and that's all the stamping that we have to do. It is going to bleed through, so make sure you have something underneath. Now what you want to do is, after this, you want to center this on your candle how you like it. And pull it taut. And grab a hold of it in the back so you have, like I said, a handle. Okay, can everybody see that? Yeah. And then you're going to take your heat gun. And what I found was I heated mine up on, our heat gun has two settings. It has a 1 and a 2. The 1 is for vellum. It's a lower heat setting. And the 2 obviously is the high heat. So what I did was I turned mine on high. So if you have me on full volume, turn it down. But I turned mine on high for just a few seconds to heat it up. And then I turned it down on low when I brought it to the candle. And you'll watch the tissue paper, it will melt into the candle. So let's turn it down. Okay, now I've got it on low, and you'll see it begin to melt into the tissue paper, into the candle itself. And you'll see the color, see it changing right there? Can you see that? Okay. And I just want to melt it all the way around. And what it's doing is it's just melting that little bit of wax layer, and the tissue paper is sticking to it. And I'm sure you guys have seen this technique a million times before. So this is not anything new. Okay, so now I'm going to flip it back over and do this side. Can you see it melting? I think you can. Yeah, you can see that really well, actually. And then my intentions are to cut off the tissue paper at the top. And then just melt whatever remnants are left over. So, let me cut off whatever's left, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I have trimmed it down, cut all of it away, and I have heated it all the way around so that it has a complete layer of tissue paper around it. So this was the first one that I did, and it just has the tissue paper right here in the middle, nothing around the back. And then this is the second one that I did, and it has tissue paper all the way around. Now you can see the seam right here. I'm not sure that I like that. I suppose if I heated it a little longer, I could fuss with that and maybe measure it exactly. I don't know that either one is better or worse. It just depends on what you prefer. So, but this is a very inexpensive, very easy, beautiful gift for anyone. Let me turn this off again so that you can see. And they're just absolutely beautiful. And when they stand up, you know, they've got the lights inside, but they just glow so beautifully. And I think in my next video, we will make a box for them. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have a fabulous day. And, well, maybe. There we go. I'll see you next time. Bye.